So this summit in Alaska on Friday, I don't think there's any preconditions at all going in. My hope is that Vladimir Putin realizes there's a huge downside if you embarrass the president. And he might be evil, but he's not dumb.
Well, that is the one condition. I don't think you even have to be a rocket scientist or a great, analyst to realize that the president has ratcheted up his rhetoric against Russia as well as Putin. As he says, he's not happy with Putin. Putin would tell him one thing in the mornings, and then at night he was killing all these people. Right. And so the president has made it very clear. He's been wanting this meeting for a while, and the president has made it very clear. Then we need something. We need a deal. I'm not just going to meet with you just to meet with you. So the question is, does Putin come to some type of agreement before? Now, what that is, I don't know. The one thing that I'm worried about, Brian, is that apparently Zelensky doesn't have the approval yet. They have to vote on it to give up territory. So what does that mean in the negotiation? I'm not sure.
A couple of things I think is significant. There seems to be some confusion.
Yeah.
So Zaporizhia is one region that would be swapped for basically all of the Donbass region. Mm-hmm. So that's what they mean by swaps. Now, the thing you could always do is what we did in the Cold War. We knew that Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia was part of the Soviet Union, behind the Iron Curtain. But we never acknowledged that they were part of the Soviet Union legally.
Right.
So we could do the same thing. We could say, all right, 20% of the country occupied by Russia, they're going to be there. We're not going to have the Ukraine's not going to have any push to take it back. Crimea too. But you don't acknowledge it because it was stolen. You can't acknowledge this type and support this type of behavior. But you do have to look at reality. Right. Reality is it's going to be almost impossible for Ukraine alone to push back these troops. Then you factor in Russia's 17,000 North Korean troops, the Yemeni troops that they're using right now, Belarus. I mean, come on.
Brian, I think the nitty-gritty details, that's going to come later on. I think the one thing that Putin has to agree to during this meeting in Alaska is a ceasefire immediately. There can't be any ambiguity on it. There has to be either 30-day, 15, 2-week. He at least has to agree to that. If the president doesn't walk away with that, expect the sanctions to go in, the weapons, offensive weapons to go to Ukraine, all of that.
Here's what Dave Ignatius said of the Washington Post. Cut 8.
The swap that's important here is Ukraine might give up territory in exchange for real security and a guarantee that this war won't start again after these negotiations. And that's what I'm going to be looking for at Friday's meeting. Is there any sign that Trump has learned that a peace that's simply acceding to Putin's demands is not going to be a peace that lasts? If there is pressure on Russia, if Russia really gives up something, above all the desire to destroy Ukrainian independence, then we might have a real peace deal.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that they get EU membership instead of NATO? Does that mean that they get conjoined with all of these countries from an economic standpoint, but not when it comes to a military standpoint? But it's almost synonymous. You know, your military interests and your economic interests are often joined together.
Well, here's what I think it is going to be it. They have to have international troops there. It's got to be a tripwire. UK has already volunteered. France will put some troops in there. They could go over what it would look like. Now, that's a no-go for Putin, but there's got to be some give and take.
100%.
So, and what Zelensky said, and I actually talked to the president last night about it, he's like, yeah, Zelensky said he's got to go check with people. We go, well, he has to. It's parliament. It's a democracy. He goes, well, he's got to get it done. They don't have a choice. All right, and it's true. I found a Gallup poll. A Gallup poll, they asked the Ukrainian people 2 years ago. They said, here it is. Let me get this. Okay. This Gallup poll was conducted in early July. 69% of Ukrainians said they favor a negotiated end to the war as soon as possible. 24% said keep fighting. When they asked the same question in 2022, 73% favored Ukraine fighting until victory.
Wow.
But now you're watching, so for example, you go on the front lines, we'll fight it. Right. Now the drone warfare, they're going after hospitals and homes and oil and gas and apartment buildings.
Too much. It's going after civilians, and it's almost a video game in a sense with real world consequences. It's become a drone war, back and forth, back and forth. So again, we'll see what happens at this meeting. I think it would be a win for the world if we can get an immediate ceasefire. Does Putin play that game, or is he trying to? Is this the KGB guy that's coming out trying to play mental games with the president? We'll see.
So here's what Mike Pompeo told me last night on One Nation. What he says, what could happen if they drop the ball Friday, cut 7?
I know it's complicated with the Chinese Communist Party, but they are a real adversary, and we ought to impose these sanctions against them, against the Brazilians, against everyone who is using this sanctions regime to their benefit. We can't let them get away with this. We have to put pressure on the Russian economy. We know how to do this. We did it against the Iranians and Trump won. President Trump can do it against the Russians now and put real pressure on Putin to get the ceasefire that President Trump wants and a good outcome for the United States of America.
I think what also the secretary is alluding to, because the president has made it very clear, hey, if you want to trade and do business with Russia, you're going to have hell to pay when it comes to the economic sanctions as well as the tariffs. And he was talking about India. Many people want to see China. Now, my sources in the administration say, there's a lot of other back and forth going on with China, but that's going to come as well. The pressure on China when it comes to their business with Russia, that's going to come right now. They're just kind of phasing out. Will that happen? We'll see.
So interesting with China, because today's the deadline for them to get some type of framework, right?
Correct.
Today's the deadline. And what they're doing is interesting is with President Trump, he looked at it and says, I got to avoid at all costs them taking Taiwan.
Right.
Now, I don't know if we have the naval capacity right now to stop an immediate invasion of an island that's just miles away from them
100%.
that they've been doing dress rehearsals on. So what they got to do is make the economic risk seem too formidable. And also, China is really into this pride thing. They're always about being insulted.
Right.
So president's playing that game. So if he's trying to work the nuances of this deal, and all of a sudden we hit him with 100% tariffs and all, I'll get there. But I would slam Brazil, though. I would slam Turkey.
But the idea that he's not aware of it, Brian, and doesn't want to go after China, that's simply not true. He's just weighing other economic factors. There's multiple wars going on right now, economically and, of course, on the battlefield as well. So I think the China stuff is going to eventually come.
So we are back. Lawrence Jones is here. So, Lawrence, we had a big decision as a family. Because I have a Great Pyrenees.
That's right.
And she had 2 brothers.
That's right.
She was a puppy, and the brothers were 7 and 8. Mm-hmm. They both passed away. Rocky and Apollo passed away within months of each other. So the dog's alone. Has not been the same since.
Oh, yeah.
So the theory, and you're better at dogs than I am. You actually train dogs.
Yeah.
One of the things you
That's
do
right.
in many skills is we should get another dog. The dogs used to be in packs, was surrounded on a farm by 7 other dogs. Never been alone before. So then we think we get a Great Pyrenees. And then we started bringing up the Bernese Mountain Dog.
Which
so
I
I
love.
showed you both the pictures and the bios. I go, Lawrence, which your... And I have my whole family saying, what does Lawrence say?
No.
And then they say, what did Lawrence say? So the Great Pyrenees people are foster parents. So,
oh, wow.
So they were looking, they found these 3 puppies, they say, and they said they needed to do a video of me on FaceTime to see my whole yard. They called my vet to see what kind of told my vet to see what kind of dog parents I am, right? So they do that questionnaire.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be kidding me! To get the Great Pyrenees rescue. So we're thinking of going back and forth, and then the Bernese Mountain Dog. So we went Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh, yes.
It comes on.
Beautiful dog, guys.
Comes Thursday.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Right.
So 2 different organizations.
Totally.
Wow.
Yeah. So we feel bad about the rescue because we like the idea of a rescue.
Right.
But we also know I spent so much money on, and my dogs, Rocky and Apollo, were great. Deaf. One's deaf.
Right.
They both had knee operations. Rocky had 4. So I'm going to Cornell University, which if you guys listen around the country, it is 200 miles from my house.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's checkups.
And believe me, we're not anti, shelters and all that.
Oh, I'm all for that,
one
but you don't know
thing that
your
you have
background.
to take into consideration, I work with mostly on a farm dogs, which, you can track their lineage, their genetics, and so you pretty much know what runs in the family.
Yeah.
You don't have that luxury when it comes to going to a shelter. So good on you. You've done your public service. I think it's okay to get the mountain dog.
You think so?
100%.
Okay. You know what I love too? Like when you look into the family's background, it's never like, hey, he was runner-up. No, they're all champions, right? Like these are champions.
That's
like,
important.
Third place. No. They're all champions.
100%, because that people care. And it's not just like the dogs, it's the cows, people track the genetics of them. There's money in the genetics, the horses and all that type of like that. You're going to have a great dog. This is going to be good. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Well,
it's going to be great for the family.
So how soon do you want to meet the dog? When do you want to meet the dog?
I probably next week I'll be ready to go and do a full assessment, see the temperament, see how he's getting along with the other dog.
You can tell in 12 weeks what kind of temperament?
Oh, yeah. You can tell the temperament within, 4 weeks. When they selected Nala, it was really hard because they said, okay, you got this military canine, these great genetics, but you're going to be around people all the time. So you want the dog to protect you, but also like the people. And they got it down to the science. They could tell her temperament immediately, and she's great around people.
Because you can't worry about kids.
No, you can't worry about kids. Or people,
kids will grab the ears and twist it.
I'm in a diner, packed diner, for a whole year. Me and Nala traveled over 500,000 miles, and people running at you and everything, and Nala's just following me through the diner, and she knows what's a threat and what's not a threat.
Have you gotten people, because we all get this, because we're on television.
Yeah.
Have you gotten people walk up to you and go, I hate what you guys do. How could you be at 5? 100%. And does she pick up on the negativity?
100%.
She can pick up on the negativity.
100%. It's funny because we actually had an incident where this guy was like following me, and I saw him following me, but I didn't really like put that much there. He was, kind of a wimpy guy. And so me and her just going, I just been, and I'm walking her going through, and this guy comes behind me, and she unleashed immediately before she could sense it.
Wow.
I was like, hey, dude, you just got to chill out. And when I told her to calm down, and she was like, she made the point, and it was time to go.
Wow. Quick question. I didn't know about the PBR thing. Tell me about this. It's on
this
Fox
is great.
Nation? Fox
Nation is now streaming all the PBR. This is a Fox Nation exclusive now. They have such a great production team. These guys are real pros. Remember, they broke off from the traditional rodeo, and now it's a team sport now. And I just had the great opportunity. They allowed me to host. I'm like, I don't know anything about that. I know about amateur
Texas?
Stuff from being a Texan and attending the rodeos when I was younger. But the point system was very easy to pick up on, and they let me do some commentating. I was really honored to be able to do this. Those guys are just great. This is going to be a great. And Chris Jansen loves Fox News. He could not have been more gracious to the Fox audience.
Is he the play-by-play?
No, Chris Jansen. Remember the country singer? He's been.
Chris Jansen.
Yeah. He's great. Great family. Canceled the day on his tour to come out here to show love to the audience. And this is one of 12 different events Fox Nation is going to be doing with PBR.
And right now it's streamed.
It's streaming right now. Yep, on Fox Nation. Only on Fox Nation. It's a pretty good gift for us.
Well, it's great, and it looks there's some of the on the sizzle reel already. It's So the big question is: have you changed your vacation around to make yourself available in Texas, August 23rd in Dallas?
Let me tell you
for
something.
the History, Liberty, and Laughs. It's streaming on Fox Nation.
Brian started some drama when it comes to this situation because I'm speaking at another event, a veterans event this day, and the organizer has a K9 as well. And I go train with my dog, and the lady that's running the event say, hey, I got a bone to pick with you. Are you not showing up to this event for the veterans? I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, Brian Kilmeade has said that you're going to be in Dallas. The event is the same day as Brian's event. But I'm going to make it up to Brian. I'll see y'all in Richmond.
In Richmond, Virginia.
Richmond, Virginia.
So, Allison, you heard that, right?
I heard it confirmed.
Okay, we gotta get some parts for him. I got some. There's gonna be auditions. I mean, I just can't just roll you out.
And I'm a
there.
terrible actor, so this is gonna be terrible. And I don't know what to do.
That's perfect. It is.
The audience is gonna be making fun of me.
No, it is meant to be fun. The whole thing is meant to be fun.
Yeah. Fun making fun of LJ. This is gonna be great.
Right, absolutely. And then. Well, I guess we'll have to see where it goes. But just go to BrianKilmeade.com. And Lawrence Jones will not be showing up because veterans, that's a very important thing.
Very important event.
I just thought it was going to be another one of your vacations. One of your...
Yeah, because I take so much vacation.
Well, when are you going away?
The end of the month. End of the month.
You're going to the end of the month.
Yeah, for vacate.
Now, I think Ainsley's going away at the end of the month too. Am I going to just have to sustain the show myself?
You may have to sustain the show.
Do you think no co-host, just me? Brian in the morning?
He would love that. His dream comes true. He can talk about Russia and Ukraine.
Non-stop.
General Jack King.
And Trey.
And Trey.